Yajiri Takatu dreamed of searching for Asaka. In his dream, he was a child passing through a large door, witnessing his foster mother being held hostage by someone. The female captor pointed a gun and choked Asaka. She demanded Yojiri to do nothing, but just as she threatened him, Yojiri, with his magical power, abruptly caused the captor's death. Asaka was unaware of what had transpired. Yajiri approached, embraced Asaka, and urged her to come home. However, the dream ended abruptly as someone woke him up. Startled upon opening his eyes, Yajiri found that the woman before him wasn't Asaka, but his classmate, Tomochika Denora, who had woken him up. Yajiri thought they had reached their destination, but a significant commotion had occurred on the bus. One of their classmates lay covered in blood, and another was dead with a dragon tail stuck in them. Yajiri tossed a mic directly at the dragon's tail, causing it to soar high and prepare to attack Yajiri and Tomochika. Panicked and terrified, Tomochika clung tightly to Yajiri, surprising him as her chest pressed against his arm. With a single blink, Yajiri was able to instantly kill the dragon. Tomochika couldn't believe they had survived and asked Yajiri what was happening. Instead, Yajiri turned the question around, asking what had occurred while he was asleep. Playing it cool, he told Tomochika to relax and continued his game. Tomochika was frustrated with Yojiri for being so calm in this perilous situation. She urged him to leave the bus, but Yojiri couldn't guarantee safety outside. Tomochika then recounted to Yojiri what happened while he was asleep. As the bus was traveling toward its destination, it passed through a tunnel, but afterward, they suddenly arrived in a bright grassy field. Out of nowhere, a girl entered the bus and introduced herself as Sage Shion. Shion requested everyone to be quiet and focused on listening to her. She clarified that she didn't intend to harm them, but if provoked, her power level of 530,000 couldn't guarantee safety. Irritated by the lack of laughter at her joke, she promptly made the bus driver disappear. Witnessing this, everyone on the bus became frightened. Shion explained that they were summoned as candidates for Sage, and this world was an alternate one. The Sage-dominated world occasionally needed more candidates. Shion unleashed her power, after which Tomochika saw her friends glowing, but she remained unaffected. It turned out Shion was installing the Battle Song system on those who emitted light. Their bodies, now equipped with Battle Song, displayed a logo in their sights. Romika, Tomochika's seatmate, mentioned that if she checked her status, Shion explained that this system is called Gift and would last for 1 month. Tomochika questioned Shion about why she didn't glow and see the logo like the others. Shion simply asked her to accept it. It meant she couldn't become a sage and would be used as a magic source. Shion then informed them that the first mission, lasting 1 hour, would begin shortly, urging them not to die. Tomochika overheard Romika reading the first mission. She explained that a dragon would attack, and they were instructed to leave the bus using a strategy. Tomochika doubted the existence of the mentioned dragon. Suguru, the designated general, directed everyone to write their statuses. Due to their diverse abilities, they needed to help each other to complete the mission. Ayaka was frustrated for not becoming a sage, as was Yuichiro. All sage candidates left the bus. Tomochika tried to wake up the sleeping Yajiri, but Ayaka suggested leaving him since he enjoyed sleeping. Just as Yuichiro and Ayaka were about to follow, Suguru blocked their path by closing the aisle with 2 bus seats. Those with physical gifts became stronger, even though they were still at level 1. Suguru refused to take along those without gifts as it would burden them. Tazaki also stated that leaving those without gifts was part of the strategy. Koriyama, the beauty coordinator, used her magic to make them look more attractive to the enemies. There was a dragon in the vicinity, and those left inside the bus would be used as bait. Tomochika couldn't believe everyone, including her seatmate, agreed to this strategy. Suguru locked the bus and everyone left, leaving the 4 of them behind. As they planned to exit through the window, suddenly a dragon appeared and stabbed Ayaka with its tail. After hearing Tomochika's story, Yajiri was more concerned about how to charge his game console's battery in this other world. Remembering Sugru's words earlier, there should only be one dragon, so if they leave the bus, they should be safe. Tomochika asked if Yajiri did something earlier, and he simply stated that the dragon fell by itself and died. However, Tomochika remained unconvinced. They exited the bus, faced with three options: a hill, a city, and a forest. Tomochika noticed figures flying towards them, their classmates Ryusuke, Yoshiaki, and Damon. Yogiri suggested killing them all, but Tomochika disagreed, considering them as classmates. However, according to Yagiri, they also left him behind, equivalent to killing. They might turn against him. The three saw the dead dragon and Tomochika and Yogiri still alive, a surprising turn of events. Damon felt irritated as, per the plan, he was supposed to turn Tomochika into a zombie. Ryusu, with the status of a hero, while Yoshiaki, a necromancer. The trio discussed their plan to turn Tomochika into a zombie and control her, leaving her frightened. Tomochika now understood that she and Yojiri couldn't be close with them. Ryusu displayed his fireball magic with arrogance, asking Tomochika to surrender as it would be impossible to defeat him. They targeted Tomochika to have their way with her. Yojiri reassured Tomochika and pointed at Ryusu, saying, "Die." Surprisingly, Ryusuke immediately became powerless and fell to the ground. Yajiri stated that he had died because Yajiri told him to die, threatening the others not to move. Yoshiaki summoned Ryusuke and checked his body, but Yojiri swiftly made him die. Seeing this, Damon became frightened. Yajiri asked Damon to check if they were really dead or not. Damon used his healing magic, a power that could instantly heal severe injuries. However, his efforts were in vain. Both friends didn't move at all. They were truly dead. Seeing this, Tomochika understood what happened to the dragon earlier. Yajiri was reluctant to explain to Damon, deeming him foolish, ensuring Damon wouldn't challenge him again. Damon considered Yagiri's actions excessive, but Yogiri argued that he did it in retaliation for being attacked. Yojiri's ability could instantly kill his target, and even thinking about killing them would lead to their immediate death. Damon requested that Yojiri not look at him with a killing intent and approached with magic clenched in his fist. Yajiri stopped him. He knew Damon would do something to him. It's essential to note that Yojiri also had the ability to sense the killing intent directed at him, allowing him to kill those who intended to kill him. Unable to resist, Damon cried and kneeled before him. Yojiri wondered why the three of them were so confident, considering they had recently received their gifts. As it turned out, they had been to this world before. The trio had a previous mission to defeat the Demon King, and the kingdom's wizard had summoned them. Yojiri quickly concluded that they had spent a year adventuring in this world and were sent back upon defeating the Demon King. Yajiri asked Tomochika if the three of them had ever skipped school. Damon admitted that when they were sent back, only a few hours had passed. Yojiri understood that there was a chance to return them, and he began showing his intent and preparing to use his ability. According to him, future problems should be eliminated. Damon begged for forgiveness from Yojiri, even asking Tomochika for help mediating. Tomochika had no right to say anything because she knew Yojiri had saved her. Damon wasn't out of ideas. He brought out an ultra-rare magic necklace that rendered the wearer unable to oppose the first person they saw. He immediately wore the necklace and asked Tomochika to give him a command. As he continued to approach and make Tomochika uncomfortable, she ordered him not to come closer. The necklace immediately choked Damon. Tomochika didn't want to be Damon's master, and it turned out the master could be transferred. Tomochika requested to be transferred to Yajiri. Damon was angry because he didn't want to be Yajiri's servant. Thus, Yajiri decided not to kill Damon. He instructed him to stand guard in the monster-infested forest over there. Damon refused the order because there were many monsters there, but his legs moved following Yojiri's command. Yojiri asked him to keep their information, including that of Tomochika, a secret, and requested Damon to leave his valuable items behind. The wealth was substantial as he had accumulated it during their adventures. Yajiri did all of this because Damon could betray them at any time. Tomochika questioned what would happen if she were to betray Yojiri later on. However, Yajiri stated that he only wanted to protect Tomochika. This sounded strange, especially considering they had never spoken before. Tomochika asked why Yajiri wanted to protect her to this extent. Yajiri, in all innocence, mentioned that when the dragon attacked, he hugged her, and her chest felt very soft. Hearing this, Tomochika became even more convinced that there were no good men in this world. In a sage palace, Sage Cheyenne lay on her bed, tightly hugging her pillow. Suddenly, Yuchi arrived and provided a report as she had requested. He delivered news about the sage candidates. Shan had seen it until the dragon suddenly died. The first mission to kill the dragon had been completed, resulting in 4 casualties. Shan initially thought the 4 casualties were the powerless individuals left on the bus. However, it turned out that 2 of the deceased were S-rank sage candidates. It was truly unexpected, especially since they died suddenly without any signs, possibly related to instant death magic. Cheyenne realized a failure during the system installation, which should not be a significant concern, but it also shouldn't be underestimated. Yuchi suggested Shion stay vigilant. Shion entrusted everything to Yuichi and went back to sleep.